The topic of reach your potential caused me to stop and think about my own potential and ask myself, have I reached it? Well, being senior class president is the highest elected position I've ever held, and essentially where my political potential ended. I'm a registered dietitian and benefit of Christian education from first grade through graduate school. But I ended my education potential by not pursuing a doctorate degree. I'm the mother of 3 children. I potentially could have had a larger family, but boy, 3 is totally enough for me. I'm thankful that's all I have. So to be fair, I thought I'd look at the potential of my classmates. Have they reached their potential? Looking at our senior yearbook, I reviewed those senior superlatives, the things that we've selected for our class members that we voted for. Most likely to succeed, most courteous, class clown, the shyest person. Well, Bruce and Lori were most studious. And I like to think that their studying at Forest Lake Academy led to future academic successes. It was Kevin and Angela who were voted most athletic. And if they're like me, I realize that it's possible my athletic potential was at its highest when I was younger. And Carla and Patrick were voted for the best smile for their infectious grins. Once again, I think maybe our smiles were brighter before fine lines, thinning lips, and other facial changes. In fact, a classmate of mine told me the story of the time when she was playing I Spy with her daughter. Her daughter spied something yellow, and my friend couldn't find the yellow object. Finally, the daughter revealed to her that it was her mother's teeth she spied. Senior superlatives are not a good indicator of our potential success. But what about our senior biographies, our senior photos, and looking at those things that we chose or said would be our professional goals? Did we reach that professional potential? And some of us did. Some of our classmates did. Tim became an accountant, Debbie is a teacher, and Lee works with computers and audiovisual. But others are not doing their professional potential. Tammy is not an underwater photographer. Harvey is not a professional surfer in Zimbabwe, and Daryl did not become a crash test dummy. Some potential is probably better left unmet. Through the years, I've come to realize that it seems that life has a way of maybe interrupting some of our potential. Things that happen in life that challenge us. And myself, like my classmates and many of you, have had some of those life challenges. The loss of a parent or two, divorce or broken home, chronic illness, financial loss, the loss of a spouse, and the tragic loss of a child. Life hits. And it's in these moments when life hits that it takes me to my knees. Someone told me that the safest place to be is on our knees. And I've come to believe that's true. The safest and smartest place for me is to be on my knees. A clear childhood memory of mine is of my parents each night kneeling on their side of the bed. And I knew that they were praying for me and my siblings. As a mother of 3 teens, I'm sure they had some extra prayers during my teenage years. And I'm grateful for all the prayers that have been prayed for me through the years. It's been a blessing for me to have attended Christian school throughout my whole life. And Forest Lake Academy provided opportunities for spiritual growth for me. From Bible camps, week of prayer, Vespers, Bible class, and most specifically for teachers praying for me and faculty and staff. It has been my commitment to send my kids to Christian education because of the blessings I received and the prayers that I received. that I believe the more people praying for our children, the better off. And the cry of my heart, like the cry of many of yours, is, Lord, save my children. I love the verse in 3 John 1:4 that reads, I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in the truth. The story of Daniel is a good reminder of the power of spiritual influences and prayer. At the beginning of the book of Daniel, it starts with the king of Babylon besieging the city of Jerusalem and taking with him young, noble men. Daniel was one of those young captives. And he and his friends were in Babylon. While in Babylon, they chose not to dishonor the God of their youth. They had been prayed for, they had been taught in spiritual things. And in Daniel 1:17, it tells us that to these young men, God gave knowledge and wisdom of all kinds of literature and learning. Daniel was prayed for. Daniel received spiritual education. By reading Daniel 6:10, we know that Daniel daily prayed. It reads, Now when Daniel learned the decree had been published, he went home to his upstairs room, where the window opened toward Jerusalem. 3 times a day, he got down on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to his God, just as he had always done. I am confident that Daniel met his potential because he prayed. We know that from the life of Daniel and his experiences in Babylon, including while in the lion's den, that there is power in prayer. Remember, the safest and smartest place for us to be is on our knees. And I believe that we reach our potential while on our knees. It is my prayer that we will all go forward on our knees. Thank you.